Hi, and welcome to Create, Automate, and Scale podcast. Tune in to this inspirational, straight to the point, relatable content for entrepreneurs to help you mastermind the everyday hassle, give you business tips, networking opportunities, shameless money talks, and scaling secrets. Created to support you, to support coaches and course creators just like you, to help you take action, stop trading dollars for hours, and explode your business. It's time to hit that six-figure and beyond. Let's go!
Welcome, creators, innovators, and visionaries, to another episode of Create, Automate, and Scale, the podcast that explores the mind and methodologies to those shaping the future. I'm your host, Sophie Riley, and today we're diving into the vibrant world of artistic creation that adds the perfect stroke to interior design's dream. Today, Carole and I are diving into how creativity is key to your entrepreneur success. Carole is a force to be reckoned with, boasting over 20 years of experience in crafting painting solutions that transcend the ordinary. As a versatile and prolific artist, she's not only creating art, she's bringing dreams to life for interior designers and their clients. With a string of awards to her name and artwork ardening corporate collections across the U.S., Carole's impact reaches far beyond the canvas. And let's not forget her Instagram game. With a whooping 10,000 plus followers, she's not just an artist, she's a social media sensation. So buckle up, listeners. We're about to embark on a journey filled with colors, creativity, and a touch of magic as we unravel the artistry of Carol McConnell. Let's go. Hi, Carole. Welcome to the podcast.
Wow. I just love that intro. Oh my God. You are good at this. That was fabulous. Thank you.
You are so sweet. You know, like I've sort of decided as an entrepreneur, I'm going to put in the garbage everything that is boring. Right? And so this topic is something that is very close to my heart. And you know, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I've done in my entrepreneur career, especially like the first 5 to 6 years, because I'm a slow learner, and that is to be a cookie cutter entrepreneur. I want to do what the girl next door is doing, or I see someone, I just want to be her. I want to be this business and all of that. So I'm really excited to talk about how we can bring our own creativity to our business.
You know what's funny? You said you're putting boring in the garbage can. A few years ago, I did a video for Instagram where I walked into the scene with the painting behind me, and I took a can of paint and threw it on there and walked off. And the caption was "No more boring paintings," because because I just really I don't want to be the cookie cutter artist. I want to stand out, and that is harder to do than you think. I mean, you've got to figure out your own creative marks, your own creative voice. And that's not, and well, for me, that is not an instant thing. Some artists come out of the womb and they know their style and they can paint that way forever. But I'm one that has changed and reinvented myself year after year. I started out as a landscape artist, and now I do contemporary abstracts, and I just love painting large. So most of my paintings are 48 by 60 or larger. Right now I'm working on one that's 84 by 60. So big is good in my world.
I love that. Yes, creativity is not something that we are all naturally at doing. And I think a lot of it is just trying to fit in. You know, it starts when you're a teenager or a toddler and you're trying to fit in.
Right.
And, you know, it starts at a very, very young age. So that's really hard. But what are some of the things that has helped you or has helped your business when it comes to bringing your creativity forward?
Well, I might be a little unusual that I can't wait to paint. Monday is my favorite day of the week. I have a studio in a building with 200 other artists, and I can't wait to get there on Monday morning. I'm just so excited to be here. Artists will say a lot of times that they don't know what to paint. I have so many ideas, it's hard to narrow them down. I work on several paintings at once. I think that is helpful to, don't just work on one project, have three going. If you get stuck on one, go work on the other. And when you come back, the problem that you had with the first one, now that your mind relaxed and you got into another creative bend, maybe that one will be solved when you come back to it. So, I love doing that. I love working on more than one thing. I'm always looking at other people's art, not to copy, but to inspire. I want to have my own voice. I think when you start out, I've been painting a long time, but when you start out, you kind of copy the masters and, the impressionists, and you do all that just to kind of get your painting chops, to figure out how to mix paint and all of that. And then you evolve into doing your own work. And sometimes it can take a whole lifetime to figure out exactly what you should be painting. And because I have reinvented myself so many times, that is something I'm always striving for. I also study with other people, even though I know how to paint. When you paint in the room in a live workshop and there's 6 to 10 other artists and an instructor, the energy is just crazy good. And, you can just create things and plus there's nowhere else to go. You're in the room, you have to do it. You can't go clean the fridge. You can't put in a load of laundry. You're painting for 8 hours a day. And it's amazing how the creativity flows. So another tip would be study with other people, because it really ignites you as far as creativity goes. It just really, when you get home, you can't wait. You're just like, oh my gosh, I've got so many ideas, and you just running in full speed.
I love that. I love that so much. Listen, collaboration over competition always. And I love that it's the same into the creativity world. When people, I get so excited. If I see a process, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. I get so excited. And I'm like, how do I make it me? How do I make it better? And I get so excited. I love working with people. And this is going to sound completely ridiculous, but I'm going to say it out loud anyways. Sometimes it's not that I need other people, but I need to say things out loud to someone. So I don't need you, but I need you to stand there, just look pretty, and just nod while I tell you all my inspiration. And then something's just going to unlock, and the light bulb's going to go on. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. And you can hear it in the tone of voice, right? If you're just talking to me and you're like, well, they're going to work on this painting and maybe this painting. And then your tone of voice is going to change. Your excitement is going to change sometime in that conversation, which then you get to oh my gosh, this is what I need to do. Because that energy was not the same. The excitement into the project was not the same.
Right.
And,
right.
Right.
And I'm gonna quote you on collaboration over competition. That is a keeper.
Always. I just love collaboration. Collaboration in everything for me. It just makes things happier, better. It just shines more. It's just more exciting. You grow faster, everything. I love what you said, that you're learning. And I see that a lot with my son. He's in high school right now, and he's leading quite a few projects. I mean, I knew he could draw. I just didn't know he was that good. He was always playing sports, volleyball, which he still does, and then jump into this art class, and now he's doing a big wall. This is the first time, right? Painting a big wall. And then, he's learning techniques and all this good stuff, but you can see him sitting on the couch and drawing and making lists. And what am I going to draw? What's the project proposal? And you can see that there's quite the process. So even in the coaching business, we do what our coaches are telling us to do, but I think where the creativity comes is where you can make it your own.
Right, right. And that is great that your son's doing that. That'll serve him and that kind of creativity will serve him in business or whatever he does in the future. It's kind of contagious. Once you learn that you can draw, actually, I'm in a book called The Creative Life Book, and my section is on seeing like an artist. Because there's a point when you're an artist when all of a sudden you're seeing switches and you start understanding the relation. It's not a hand anymore. It's you draw the spaces around the fingers around and you end up with a hand. You end up looking at relationships between, where the sofa ends and the wall begins and how much space is there. I don't know. It's a crazy thing. But once you start seeing like an artist, which I wish for your son, it like turns on and then you can't turn that off. It's on forever. So, I just think it's magical being an artist. It's just amazing. I can't wait to see what's next. So the enthusiasm for creativity is just so high with me. I think, and sometimes, I don't know, this is an old movie, but Mrs. Doubtfire, there's a line in Mrs. Doubtfire when, Robin Williams is looking in the mirror and he's fixing up Mrs. Doubtfire and he says, I just wish she was prettier. And sometimes I do that with my paintings. I look at them and I think, oh, I just wish you just wish they were better. And he wishes Mrs. Doubtfire was prettier. And although my paintings, I win awards and get tons of compliments, there's still that inside you to create your masterpiece. And there's a reason they call it a masterpiece. Not every painting is a masterpiece. You get a few in a lifetime. You don't get them every day, but that's what you're striving for, to really create something that is just phenomenal. And that's possible. That possibility is out there. So hopefully your son has that building in him. Because it's a wonderful way to think about life, art, whatever. So,
yeah, he's very, very, very excited. The painting supplies are expensive, which is something that I'm now newly learning. But it's so exciting. It's so exciting to see. It's exciting to see someone take, a project from start to finish, which I think we have to work on that creativity, sort of like where you're creative in painting. Now, I want to be honest, I cannot draw to save my life, but I take my creativity maybe on a whole different level within my business, where you see the whole painting. I see the entire business moving. People hate that about me. I can see your entire business moving in my head. So I could work on an entire event, a summit. I could work on 10 and not have one checklist because I just know what's going on at all times.
That is great. What? See, I'd love to turn that on in my brain. I look at organizational charts and, coaches like you that I don't know if you work in Miro. Do you know what that is? It's an organizational system that just, I can't do it. You see the big picture, you put everything down, and that's just not me. Like you said, you keep it all in your head. I do that as well. So yeah, I wish I had that where I could see the whole business. That's why you're a good coach.
I'm more of a tech nerd. Bring me your inspiration. I will say that this is where 90% of the entrepreneur are lacking, because they'll come and keep in mind, you tell me a process or you're like, I want to save time there. I want to automate this. This is my process, but this is my dream process. I can create miracles. I'm going to save you 100 of hours. I'm going to put whatever is in your head on paper into the system. We're going to make it happen and it's going to be amazing. But where people are failing short is that they're not able to imagine the possibilities in their business, because I really, really believe that a business is 100% unique. It should be yours. Yes, you're going to take some of my process, but what do you dream about for you and your business? What's possible? Everybody is different. Like I don't have, one-on-one clients or coaching and things like that, but I have different things and I love passive income and all of that. But people will come and be like, Sophie, just tell me what to do. And I'm like, but I can't. I can't tell you what to do, what you need. You need to tell me. You need to tell me what you dream about. What do you want your business to look like? Because every business is different. So it's the lack of being able to imagine what is possible that is lacking.
That is great. I think we tend to think too small in our businesses. We tend to put it under an umbrella and it can't get any bigger. And really, I love what you say, that the sky's the limit, because it truly is. And I think Marianne Williamson had some great quote about how if we knew what we really deserved, we're scared of being as wonderful as we could be. There's some quote like that. I don't know, but I think it's true. And awful lot of artists, I have that. They don't understand how to run it as a business. They just want to paint. They want to apologize when they offer their art. I'm sorry, I have to charge you for this, and that's not the way at all. I was thinking recently how, why buy original art? And I was thinking, I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have pro teams here. We have the Bengals and the Reds. And I was thinking how pro athletes are kind of like artists. I mean, they start out at 3 throwing a football, and they play on the little league teams, and they come up and by the time they're a pro, we're paying them millions of dollars. And that's because they have crafted their art to a point where the company will pay them that, and plus we'll pay hundreds of dollars to sit in the seat and watch them for 2 to 4 hours. And, art is a lot like that. I mean, you didn't see the thousands of paintings that are thrown away or in the back room or painted over because, it takes a long time to be able to create beautiful art and that's what people don't see. I don't know. It's a lot like the athlete in that we put years and years in behind our paintings. And yet when we price them, it's like, oh, I didn't realize it'd be that much. So it's just a funny thing on being able to, what's the word? Where you having not the confidence, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but where you're paid what you're worth. What is that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I think if I could give anybody, anything, and don't ask me how I did it, because I don't know the answer to that, is my son's confidence. Honestly, my teenager, if we are all sitting in the living room, we have some people over, if anybody throws a compliment to anybody, it does not matter that the compliment was not aimed to him. They'll just look at you and we'll be like, thank you. My son has, but I don't know where he gets that confidence. But if I would wish anybody anything, is the confidence of my teenager.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah. Good job. I mean,
I don't know what I did. Honestly, I do not. He has a lot of confidence. Yes. But you're right. Creativity comes in so many different ways, so many different shapes. We all have, especially as entrepreneur, athletes, artists, we all have our own really special creativity that we've worked on for years and years, and maybe in our case a few decades.
Right. And it's having the passion to want more, to want to really grow your business and get out there in the world and tell them you're here. So, it doesn't serve you to play small. You might as well,
Go all in.
Yeah, aim for the fences. I think that's a baseball metaphor.
I do not know my sports, so I'm going to have to believe you on that one. So 2024, oh my God.
I know.
2004, I think that's the year I graduated high school. Anyhow, 2024 is the year for collaboration, creativity, and just to go all out. I think we can agree on that.
Oh, yes. Yes. I love collaboration. I'm going to put that in my vision board for 2024 to do more artist collaborations or more business collaborations, just working more with other people. And, because I think you're right. That really energizes both parties to be able to do that. So that's a good thing to put on my vision board.
Yay, you're so sweet. Well, I want to thank you for your time today, your inspiration. Carol has some gifts for you, so I'm going to make sure that it's into the show notes. So I need you to go right now, grab some gifts from Carol. And I want to wish you an absolute amazing end of 2023, but the absolute best for 2024. And I want to thank you, everybody, who's tuning in to another episode of Create, Automate, and Scale.
Thanks for tuning in to the Create, Automate, and Scale podcast. We hope you found today's episode to be inspirational, informative, and straight to the point. Our goal is to provide you with relatable content that helps you mastermind the everyday hustle, grow your business, and achieve your goals. As an entrepreneur, we know how tough it is that it can be to navigate the world of business, which is why we're here to support you with valuable tips, networking opportunities, shameless money talk, and scaling secrets. We're dedicated to helping coaches and course creators take action, stop trading dollars for hours, and explode their business to hit that six-figure and beyond. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast to stay up to date with the latest episode, and feel free to leave a review or reach out to us with any feedback or questions that you may have. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Create, Automate, and Scale.